Today's video will be a reading vlog on a science fiction book that I've been finding very thought-provoking and just generally loving. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know what book you're reading. How strange is it that people of honest feelings and sensibility, who would not take advantage of a man born without arms or legs or eyes, how such people think nothing of abusing a man born with low intelligence. The book that I'm reading is Of Human Bondage. I really can't read more than like 10 pages a day, which is fine. Some books are like that, but I also want something else that I could read more quickly and like just grasp more easily. In terms of what this story is about, we follow a main character named Philip, and the back says that it's a fascinating tale of sexual obsession. I don't really know what to write, but I usually don't know what to write until I actually start writing, and then I'm like, oh, why do I low-key have a lot to say? I went to the bookstore. I only bought one book, but I originally went because I was looking for gifts. This is a very cute gift idea. My favorite tote bags are the ones from the Shanghai foreign language bookstore, and so I got two. And I also got a really cute bookmark and like a card. The book I bought is Flowers for Algernon, I think is how you say it. It follows this man with a really low IQ, and he undergoes an experiment that makes him smarter, but the smarter he gets, the more miserable he gets. The book is written in the form of progress reports by Charlie, the main character. And what's interesting is that the first few progress reports are almost childlike with their description of things and their usage of punctuation and spelling. But as the book progresses, the progress reports get more and more complex, and that shows the shift in the intellectual abilities of Charlie. Today, I'm gonna spend my morning reading and drinking my coffee while eating a cookie. I'm only a few pages in, but already I feel really bad for Charlie Gordon, and I feel like whatever's gonna happen to him is gonna end up breaking my heart. The idea of informed consent is a pretty straightforward idea. If a patient or an individual doesn't want to go through with an experiment or a medical treatment, then they're free to deny it. But there are people that aren't fully capable of giving informed consent. The main character, Charlie, really wants to go through with this experiment to make himself smarter, and the scientists are trying to explain to him all of the things that could go wrong and why this experiment is so important and how it's never been done on a human before. But Charlie's not capable of understanding what those things mean. And so even though he's so adamant on going through with the experiment, it's not very ethical. And so the scientists in this book are taking advantage of the fact that Charlie's not capable of fully understanding what he's getting himself into in order to further advance their research and their scientific goals. Good morning. So it's a new day. And today I woke up so late. I woke up at 11 and I'm supposed to go out soon for brunch, which I'm really excited about because I just really want to talk to my friend. But before I head out, I want to fill out my gratitude journal for the day and also continue reading. So I'm now 54 pages in, and the more aware Charlie is becoming of everything, the sadder it seems to be getting, because he's recalling all of these different events that meant nothing to him at the time, and he's thinking and processing the things that people were doing to him, and finally understanding, or sort of understanding, that perhaps they didn't have the best intentions. The university library is pretty nice, but for some reason I've never gone there to study, and I went with my friend, and honestly I've been there every day ever since, because there's this one floor that I really like, and I just love studying and reading there. One of the ideas that I found most interesting about this book is how Charlie comes to realize that prior to the experiment, not many people actually treated him as a human being. Many people saw him as subhuman, and I think they used that to justify the mean and cruel things that they did to him. When we look at the real world, people with intellectual disabilities and other forms of disabilities are more susceptible to abuse, and I think discussions revolving this are important in any society in order for us to learn how to protect people from this form of abuse and also hopefully prevent it from occurring. Even in my dullness, I knew I was inferior. Other people had something I lacked, something denied me. In my mental blindness, I had believed it was somehow connected with the ability to read and write. And I was sure that if I could get those skills, I would have intelligence too. Even a feeble-minded man wants to be like other men. A child may not know how to feed itself or what to eat, yet it knows hunger. I thought that I would close off the video by just offering some of my closing thoughts. I felt like this book tackled a lot of very difficult themes, including identity, intelligence, and ethics, and it did so with a lot of nuance. I didn't feel like any of those topics were glossed over. They definitely were presented in a way that gave the readers a lot to think about. Honestly, if you're in the mood for a science fiction book that's not really that difficult to get through, then I highly recommend this book.